Laura Kinney, Wolverine, issue number 2. Back in New York City with Daredevil, the woman without fear. Let's get into it. Healing factor, enhanced senses, deadly sharp claws. The mutant once known as X-23 was bred to be the perfect killer, but she left that life behind, forging her own path alongside her mutant comrades and family as a force for good in an unkind world. She is Laura Kinney, Wolverine. Wolverine has taken it upon herself to do whatever she can to protect mutant kind, even if that means going it alone and taking on more dangerous missions. Laura discovered a trove of hidden pleas for help nestled within the treehouse, the former headquarters of the X-Men, and following the trail of one of those notes, took her to Dubai to rescue a kidnapped mutant. Upon her return to New York, another tip from the treehouse brought her to Hell's Kitchen, where she immediately ran into Elektra Nachios, aka Daredevil, the Devil in Me, Part 1. Hell's Kitchen, Pier 87. We see Laura Kinney, the Wolverine, going to stop a weapon shipment on the pier, but Elektra Nachios gets in her way to stop her, let her know that mutants make things more complicated and she can handle it all by herself. This doesn't make her very happy. The two go at it. Elektra grabs her whip, attacking Laura, but she's able to stop it with her claws. Shink! Get down! As she tells both of them to get down, but Laura Kinney knows how to be stealthy. The buyer and sellers have arrived up to the meeting. There's a mutant with a power dampener collar, and Laura Kinney wants to get on the move, but Elektra has other plans. Wolverine wants to rescue the mutant now, but they must wait to find out what their plan is. Wolverine begins to tell Daredevil that's Anthony, one of Logan's old friends, and he has the power or mutant ability to turn himself into a bomb. And we see that they've come here to purchase him as their weapon. He's all drugged up. They plan to use Anthony to blow up a rally that goes against Mayor Cage in his repealing of the Anti-Vigilante Act. Our two heroes got the intel they needed, and now they're ready for some business. Snink, snink. Daredevil and the Wolverine go in at full speed. It's time for them to fight. Both of our heroes go to the action. Daredevil is like a dancer, eloquently attacking her enemies, and Wolverine is like an axe, hacking them away. Both brutal, and she gets shot in her knee. Her healing factor's working overtime. They're getting away with Anthony, the explosive mutant, but Laura Kinney won't let him get away, and she gets to her feet as she's bleeding. Screech! They're not getting away, not from her. Shink, shink. Daredevil comes in the last minute and swoops Laura Kinney out of the way of the moving vehicle. Elektra will stay back and handle these guys, while Laura goes and chases down these enemies. Take flight, and she starts running as fast as she can, pulling both her claws out. Shink, shink. She jumps on top of the pickup truck and impales it with her claws. As she's riding on top of the truck, the driver begins to move manically, causing her to go flying off, hitting the ground. Son of a... Laura goes back to Elektra, and she sees she has all the bad guys hemmed up. Now, they've got the scent. They're on the track, and Elektra's glad to be working with the Wolverine again, even though it makes it complicated, because she's a complicated woman. Chelsea appears a few minutes later. Wolverine has found the pickup truck, and she's on the track. She's hunting them down. Wolverine is on her way to City Hall. Elektra and Wolverine have made it to Luke Cage's office, informing him that something's going to happen, that he must revoke their permit, but he's going to allow them to protest against them. And if they go down there in their suits, they're only going to make it worse. But Laura doesn't care. She's a Wolverine. She doesn't need anyone's help. Elektra tries to stop Laura before she goes off on her own, but she lets her know that she doesn't need her as a teacher. Elektra and Wolverine get into their regular clothing, uncaped and ready to go into the protest. The two have a quick talk about responsibility, and they think Spider-Man talks way too much. Elektra agrees to help Laura as they see Anthony, and they both go towards him. Laura agrees to grab the boy while the other one tries to find the handler as they run through the crowd of people, and Laura bumps into one of them. The person she bumps into realizes that she's a superhero and starts to yell at her while the rest of the crowd starts to focus their attention on Laura. As Wolverine gets closer to Anthony, she sees lights come from his eyes and mouth, and he's about to explode. Boom! And we see a massive explosion go off. To be continued. Next, Essica's Humanity First Militia has forced Bomb to do the unthinkable, but will an even more explosive result derail the mutant-human relations forever? Let's see in Wolverine number 3.